All right. I thought I'd try something fun. So the How to Get Unstuck read. Okay. So for those of you out there who just kind of feel like you're in this place, like just kind of stuck, love, career, whatever, this will be a short spread for each sign, and we'll try to get some heavy hitting information out of the short spread, but it is just general. So, it may or may not resonate. I mean, if it hits home, it hits home, and it's probably some pretty solid stuff. If it does not, then, don't take the advice, obviously. Okay. All right. So we're going to go through each sign. We're going to start with Aries and work our way up to Pisces. All right, Pisces, best for last, or Aries, best first. I don't know. Everybody else is just in between. It's only about Aries and Pisces, really. No, I'm teasing. Okay, so let me concentrate a little bit here because I'll try to make this work out for everyone here. Aries, all the way through Pisces, please. First card for each individual sign. Clearest, highest, and clearest information for all signs that watch this video, please. Okay, here we go. All right, are we ready? Okay. Am I ready? I'm in the most uncomfortable. I got to get this worked out, man. I just ordered actually this really kick-ass sofa thing. I don't know, so we'll see. All right, Aries. Okay. Who or what is holding you back? What you need to do about it? Okay. All right. Communication, Aries, is what is keeping you stuck. Okay. It's either waiting around for messages, or I feel it's waiting around for messages, really. But the thing is, it's not keeping you stuck, is what I feel. I feel like it's good, because this is more like my action to take category here. So the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Wands, I feel like you might be in a hurry, to move something forward. I feel like this is probably love, because we have the Lover's card here. So, I mean, it could be work related. It could be your heart's passion, something like that too. So take it as you will. But it feels like there's a couple things here. I think what's keeping you stuck is that you are either studying messages or communications with this person way too much, reading way too much into it, or expecting too much from it, or just waiting around a lot. It's not as fast as you would like it to be, okay? But the thing is, the action kind of category here, and this kind of strengthens this, in my opinion, is there's a couple things. Be patient, for one, okay? Not so patient that you just let everything slide by and take forever or anything like that. But if you feel like you want to make an advance towards someone, okay, then you need to throw it out there. Not hard hitting, don't come on strong or anything like that. But show whoever if this is a love type deal, show them you are serious, that you do have the potential to commit, let them know those types of things. Okay. I feel like the communication is what is keeping you stuck. There's something about the communication. So I think that you need to show this person that, not oh my God, I totally would get married to you, not like that kind of thing, but show them that you are committable, that you are interested, and that you are stable, or even if you're not, that you are working on becoming stable. I think that is what will kind of propel this, okay? Because strengthening this is the Lover's card. So, I feel like this is definitely like a good connection. This is where it comes together. You know, it's not pages anymore we're talking about. Now we're talking about something much more metaphysical, and physical also, and a really good connection. Now, if this is work related for you guys, I would say the thing is, this seems like it would be for a younger Aries watching, maybe, possibly, not necessarily, but I would say, you know, you're probably stuck in if it's like career-ish stuff. Because you might be like waiting for things to happen, or like waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. And instead, the advice here is just start somewhere, be an apprentice, start learning something that you really love, you know, because it's going to be a very good match for you in the future. All right. But start now, and if it's at the apprentice level, it's at the apprentice level, you know, but start studying it now, and build yourself up. It will become a very good match for you, and may become something that you really love. Okay. So that's for Aries. Taurus. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for Taurus, there's a couple messages here. What the reason, you know, what could be holding you back? So the Three of Cups. So this could be several things. This could be partying a little bit too much, kind of not taking things seriously, and just kind of trying to, you know, just get in as much fun as possible. Okay, that doesn't really sound like Tauruses to me, but I don't know. Most Tauruses I've known have been like really serious, you know, like I'll think they're Scorpios sometimes because they're like really like deep and intense and that sort of thing. But, you know, hey, maybe there's some Taurus out there that just like loves to party and doesn't want to work. I don't know. Okay, or maybe that is common. I've only known a couple Tauruses. So there's a couple of things here. So there's that, you know, kind of maybe out and about a little bit too much. Maybe serial dating, you know, that could be too. That could be keeping you stuck. Drinking, possibly. I don't feel alcoholism here, but it could be like a little bit too much, you know, indulgence in that way. That could be. It could also be a third party situation, okay, that is keeping you stuck in love, all right? Networking too much. So if it's career related, like just like over networking, where like you're spending so much time networking that you're not actually doing any work, okay? So like, because the advice card here is work, all right? It's perfecting your work. It is throwing yourself into your work, and doing all that you can to bring it to fruition, and put finishing touches on it, and learn as you go, and keep doing a better and better and better job as you get in more practice and more practice and more practice. Okay. And really, that's what needs to be done here. That is what is going to fulfill you and bring like your wish to fruition, is working on this. All right. There's more to learn, you know, at your job or your art or your skill, you know, and you got to keep at it. This is diligence, and the diligence will pay off. But you're probably stuck from the like kind of, you know, partying type thing. If it's third party situation, I don't feel it is. I mean, for some of you, you might be in a third party situation and you're like, what's the answer? But honestly, I don't feel like this is a third party type of situation. So I don't really have, I'm not going to go there, because I mean, I could say, you know, keep working at it, and eventually it'll pay off. I mean, if anything, you know, that would be the advice from the card meanings, but I don't feel like that is, you know, the answer. So, you know, take that with you. Well, I feel like this is about work and partying too much, or you know, maybe serial dating, like I said, if that's the case, you know, just concentrate on your work, right? You know, work and that type of stuff, because I think that will be really rewarding and fulfilling for you, and ultimately bring you much more satisfaction, and probably bring you like, you know, love in that sense, you know, like once you kind of finesse this, then the love match will come in, if that's what you're looking for. So, okay, let's see. Gemini. Yes. Gemini. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so Gemini, this seems to be kind of there's a couple things this could be because we have a person here. So, but this could be like a quality of you, or it could be the person you are dealing with. But sort of why you are stuck, or who, who is the cause of that. We have the King of Cups. So if it's you, then I would say, it could be the King of Cups sometimes is a drinker, like a little bit too much, on tipping down too many drinks. So I mean that, if that sounds like you, it's possible. I'm not really getting that though. I think this is a person that you are dealing with. So I think the King of Cups is, there's one clear message here, and I'll give a couple different scenarios. The first thing that came across my mind when I first put down the cards, because I ended up with this Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups to me is youthful, and I feel like it reminds me of my son, so it's like, so when I see that card, I think of that, and that's not what it means, sometimes it can just be fun, flirty energy and things like that, but for some reason when I saw it, it's like I thought of my son. So I feel like it's a son, and that this is a husband, and that you guys need to work together. So I think that's the message, that you guys need to maybe look for, if you are having some issues, well, most likely because you're watching this because it's called, why you're stuck, right? So there's some sort of rut or something that's not quite right. With the Three of Coin, I feel like it's important for you guys to get maybe some outside counsel, through therapy perhaps, or even possibly through clergy. I don't even know what that word means, clergy. I don't know why I said it. I don't know what clergy means. I think it's like the church staff or something. I don't know. It could be like a church, or even a hobby or something like that you guys could all do together. There's something here that I feel like things need to be worked on together as a unit, and I feel like it really is three people, like you, the person, and a son or a child, a daughter perhaps. So that's that one message. For others, if this is work related, what could be keeping you stuck is if you are working with others in a small group to achieve something. I feel like if this is you might, and I don't see that for Gemini, because Geminis don't typically come across like that. Geminis to me are very good at navigating these type of situations and working with people, but this might be a situation where you might be coming off as like the boss when you guys are all equal peers, okay? And you might need to just have a little bit more fun with this, and not be so, not overbearing. I don't feel it's overbearing, but not be so, it's a fine line. I don't feel controlling either, but I think you get the vibe of what I'm saying. It's like kind of taking it down a notch and realizing, that this can be kind of fun also, and taking a little bit of a lighthearted approach with the coworkers, okay, instead of such a bold approach, okay? Let's see if there's any other messages. Put a card on the King of Cups. It's got me a little stumped. I mean, the marriage, the first thing I saw seemed to be the strongest, like working together, counseling, stuff like that, because there's love here. There's two cups in this reading. There's love, and there's working together right in the center. King of Cups, please. King of Air. Okay, yeah. So it's the same message. So I'm going to stick by both of the things that I said because both would come into play. So with the King of Swords over the King of Cups, this is, either, like I said, either you are coming across with your coworkers as being too, not being able to have fun and lighten up a little bit, which again really does not sound like a Gemini to me, but maybe you're an oddball Gemini. I don't know. So it could be that, okay. Or it's, you know, there's some distance. There's some distance with like a husband or a wife possibly, you know, but I feel it's a male, you know, that there's some distance with this male in your life. And, you know, there really needs to be some sort of outside activity. So if it's not counseling, you guys got to find a way to find some common hobby or interests that is, you know, and if there's not a child involved, that is something that will make you guys bring back the light romanticism of things again. Okay, if there is a child involved, you all three need to kind of work together is what I see. Okay, all right, so that's for Gemini. Cancer. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so for Cancers, the Strength card seems to be what is sort of why you're stuck. So this could be a Leo, that's possible. Or here's the way I see this, and some of you Cancers are going to love this because I know a lot of you guys, you don't want to hear about like love and whatever, you want to hear about career, right? So to me, this seems like investment, okay? Because with the Strength card, I feel like why you're stuck is because you play it safe. You know, you sort of, because sometimes she tames the lion, okay? So I feel like you play it safe, which, you know, I'm not saying go crazy, you know, oh, that tarot reader said, you know, but I think that that's, you know, it's coming out as a message, right? Because let me make sure this is right. I feel like the action is it's okay to invest. And I'm not talking about in wild things, like in really speculative stuff or anything like that. I'm not feeling that. But I'm feeling like just letting it sit, you know, isn't doing anything, you know? And I do feel like investing would be something that you should probably consider. And again, this is just tarot, so you got to do your own due diligence, obviously, and listen to your own intuition. But I do see that as being sort of a premise here. Okay, so that's for some of you. For others of you, there's one other scenario. There could be someone in your life, and it could be a Leo, but it could be somebody that just really tests your strength, okay? Because you could be married and they could be they test you. They test you a lot, okay? In that scenario, wow, this is a tough one. Usually you guys are pretty easy. You got a tough one. In this scenario, I would say you need to take action to protect yourself, your marriage, and it's like that's why you're stuck, you know, but it's not really saying go for it either. So I guess in that instance, it would be about needing to let go of that and strengthening what you have as left as a family unit, you know, if you're married or something like that. But let me check another couple of cards because I feel like there's another scenario in here I'm missing. So let me see. King of Wands, Three of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay. So I think for most of you, I'm going to stick by the other stuff I said, like business-wise. You know, I felt that as like a sideline, but now that I'm looking at this, I think it is love. Sorry, Cancers. Okay. Because I've got this King of Wands, the Strength card, so very much could be Leo or Leo-esque type personality. We've got the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords, so very third party-ish, and I feel like you are married, you are taken, especially with this Four of Coin. So I think the reason you are stuck is because of this third party situation with this fire sign. And as far as action, I feel like the thing to do is to hold on to the marriage. I think the marriage is, now for some of you, that's not going to be the case because, I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan to say that because, if you're in a third party situation, you're obviously not too thrilled, right? But then sometimes we got to open up and look at things differently too, because marriage provides some things, but it doesn't provide everything. Okay, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords. Oh, I'll look at that. Transformation. Okay, awesome. Sorry, hey. All right. Eight of Swords. Okay. All right. So with this is complicated. All right. This is not, in fact, Cancers, hang around at the end. And hopefully you guys can timestamp that one too. I'm going to give a different reading for you guys because I feel like this is some kind of whack message that's probably only for like a couple people. So I like, you guys are always like really good with my channel. So I want to give you like a good, clear reading. And this one's a little all over the place. It's not super cut and dry to me. So I do feel the reason why you are stuck though, is because of a fire sign male. Okay. So I will say that. And it has something to do with like, my guess is third party situation with the Three of Swords, right? You definitely need to start transforming this. You need to blow it away, all right? She's blowing the sparks away. Sparks are fire, okay? The card is transformation. So I feel like you need to kind of like look at this and let it go. And because with the Eight of Swords, it's keeping you trapped. And I think you need to do this quickly. Think this needs to happen like quickly in order to protect what you have as far as stability, in a relationship or your own just stability. Okay. Like if you're not married and they are, then there could be a question of your stability here and your finances and things too that you need to protect. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to leave that there and I will try to remember at the end of this to also give an extra Cancer read. Okay. Leo, the Hermit. Okay. The High Priestess and Justice. Okay. So the Hermit card. Okay, so this is kind of like why you're stuck sort of thing, which is kind of contradictory because the Hermit is kind of how we get unstuck, okay? The Hermit is when, we find that deeper wisdom and, we find a light. So the way I'm going to look at this is that this is probably saying that Leos, you've already done this. I guess it's more about knowing when to share that light or take forth, the information that you have garnered. Okay. So, and especially with Justice here. So I feel like this is, if you're a Leo who's been like very introspective for a long time, okay, there is something where you can kind of get stuck in that, right? And now, maybe it's time to emerge and to shine the light for others, okay? So maybe if you have something like a natural ability at something, or there's something, maybe you've been studying, metaphysics or astrology, tarot, something like that, it's like, it's a time to now bring forth that knowledge because this is in the position of why you are stuck. And this is a good card. So that doesn't, that wouldn't make sense. So, but we can do that. Sometimes, we get so wrapped up in the wisdom and the seeking and all of that sort of thing that we kind of just stay there, but at some point, it's time to go forth and practice. Okay. Let's see. So actions to take. We have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is, again, super kick-ass intuition. Represents to me metaphysical type world, that type of information. So, you know, if there's any Leos out there in that this rings true for, I think that is saying, you know, it's time to, you know, really listen to your intuition now. In other words, you have seeked, is that a word? You have seeken. I'm looking for the proper one, but it's not coming to me. You have sought. There it is. Damn. You have sought out the wisdom from the masters, from the teachings, from all of this kind of stuff, right? Okay, now it is time to listen to your intuition, okay? And that is the action card, all right? It's to use your intuition. And strengthening this, we have justice. So I feel like that is the karmic balance that needs to happen here, okay? It's like it's your karmic duty, if you will, or whatever, you know, to kind of go forth, or, you know, take some action based on your intuition. And you can leave the studying with the masters behind for a while now. Now it's time for you to do your thing, okay? A little odd, but there you go, Leos. Let's see. Virgo. Virgo, 4 of Cups, okay? The Sun, and the 3 of Swords. Okay, so, all right, so for Virgo with the 4 of Cups, sorry, but I gotta say it how it is. Okay, to me, why you were stuck is because you keep contemplating an offer. It's like this offer is coming to you out of the freaking sky, right? So it's probably worth its weight in gold, okay? But unfortunately, Virgo doesn't notice at this time. All right, doesn't mean later. Sorry, that was a little off track there, but because to me, it's like there's like this like beautiful offer coming out, but this person they're not ready for it. They don't notice it. And, you know, that's the thing. So I feel like there's some Virgos out there that they're stuck because on a lighter, like for a lighter thing, this could be like a third party situation, staring at the 3 of Cups, and they're not over it yet. So like you might not be over it yet, Virgo, and you're so focused on what that was or that sort of thing that you don't notice like this beautiful cup that is like coming in, or it has been like right in your face the whole time and you just haven't noticed, okay? So there's that. As far as action to take, we have the Sun card, but strengthened with the 3 of Swords. So I think you need to put whatever this third party thing is behind you in order to be happy, okay? So it's like there is something here, okay? But Virgo, you're focused on either a lot of fun you had with someone, or like the good old days that you had, maybe not with somebody, but just the good old days in general. Okay, you're focused on something here that was either fun, or it was like a third party situation and a betrayal. So it's either or, okay? My thing probably leads more towards a betrayal in a third party situation. So I think, you know, the action here is to just let this go, be reborn from this, okay? Let the sun in, let, you know, let this offer shine, okay? And get over the betrayal and the heartbreak and those types of things, okay? Because you need to find your happiness, okay? So for some of you, this could be a Leo. For others of you, this just could be finding what makes you happy. You need to find what is going to bring you this, like, out of this boredom, you know, and out of this not noticing other things that are waiting to come in for you because you're bored and you're doing the same old thing and you're thinking about something else. You know, you've got to let go of this to get that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Libra. Tower. Okay. All right. Okay. So the Tower card. So this could be a Scorpio. So it could be that the reason you are stuck is because of a Scorpio. That's possible. If there is no Scorpio in your life, and I'm not talking about you, like if you're or a late Libra, Scorpio cusp, it's not that. So I mean, it would be a Scorpio that is outside of you. Okay. So if not, then the reason, you know, why you're stuck is because, my God, it's like this, it's just, there is no stable foundation here. Okay. It's just constant upheaval, constant, just like you know, you start making a few steps forward and then some crap happens to you, right? And then you dig out of that and then, oh, wow, here comes another bomb being hurled at me, and you deal with that one, and then, oh my God. And it's like, it's just a life of this, you know, and it's tough. And, you know, I am quite familiar with this energy. You know, I've knock on wood, yes, beat it for the most part, I think, you know, at this point, but I spent a lot of my life in that energy, and it is like, it's tough. And then someone gave me a freaking hard-hitting piece of advice that it sounds cruel, but it was the freaking thing I needed to get myself together. And it was someone who had a great deal of wisdom. And I just always like had all these things happening, you know, like tickets or, you know, just stupid crap, like all the time, you know. And you know, this very wise person said to me one time, you know, stop being a burden, you know, and I was like what? And my first thing was like, I was pissed. I was like, what, you know, I'm a burden, and what the hell, you know, and my you know, got all kind of pissed off. But the thing is, as I typically do, is, you know, I went home and thought about it. And I realized like how much truth that there was to that, because it's like, yes, it felt like my burdens, but the truth is like it became burdens for everyone else too. Because like, you know, if I, you know, when I was young, you know, I'd have trouble. I was living in LA, everything's expensive, right? And, you know, we're talking my 20s, and it's like my car would break down, you know, so I'd have to call a friend. You know, well, actually, I generally wouldn't. I'd usually take like 5 or 6 buses before I would actually ask for help. But, you know, on the, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but sometimes you cause like issues for other people. Hold on, I'm sorry, I have to check this to make sure. Okay, it's my friend. That like they have to dig you out of. All right. And so in that sense, it's like we are kind of being a burden. And I'm not saying you are being a burden, but this kind of energy, you know, maybe there's a little something to that. So because the advice card here is the 9 of coin. The 9 of coin is a card of doing well for yourself, you know, just, you know, kind of having good stability, having good surroundings, having more of it. This is, you know, they couldn't be two opposite energies, right? I mean, this is like crazy upheaval, and this is like nice, calm, stable, serene energy, okay? It is strengthened by the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is about taking action, also creatively taking action. The King of Wands could be someone that can help you, okay? And not in like that sense of like I was saying where you constantly have to ask for help, but he can maybe creatively direct you, you know, to ideas that could really pay off for you, okay? So I just feel like this is not good. You know, there's too much unstable here. All right. Now, if this is not your life, and this is just, you're like, what the hell is she talking about? I'm fine. I'm set. I got cash. I got bank. My life isn't upheaval, but it is right now. Well, and it's maybe love. Okay. So if it's that, then I think that this could be a time to shake things up. I think the fire sign is good, but let me double check. Ah. Okay. And sorry about the phone call. I just happened to think, because I forgot I had called my son about something earlier. Wow, can I get this? Why are we falling apart here, Libra? Do I have to add you guys to the redo list? Where the hell are my? Oh, there's my cards. Okay. All right, let me take a look at the Tower card. Tower. See if this is love for some of you. Ugh, hate it when that happens. Nine of Swords, yes, stress. 10 of Swords, stress. Okay. All right. So for some of you, this Tower card, the reason why you were stuck, it could be because of a failed a relationship, or it could be deeper than that. Maybe it wasn't failed. It could have been like a separation that wasn't willing, for some of you. It could be something like deeper, than that. It could be a loss, in other words, is what I'm saying, for some. Or it could just be a separation or divorce also. But it's stressful. It's just, that's why you are stuck, because of this. This needs to be put to rest, because you are single now, and this King of Wands wants you to be okay and be stable and set. So for some of you, if you lost someone, if they've passed away or something like that, then I feel like, if you're a female watching this and it was like a husband or, something, that they want you to be, they're okay with you being beautiful and yourself, and, going, doing, just be yourself is what I'm saying. Okay. For others of you, if this was like a divorce or like a big breakup or, just something like that rocked your world in that sense. So if this hasn't been like a lifetime pattern and it's just something that has happened to you recently with the 10 of Swords, it's an ending. Again, I feel like it's very important for you to just sort of enjoy what you have, be grateful for what you have, be secure in what you have. Some of you may be single, because of a divorce, obviously. So, gosh, dang. If that is the case, then there's a truce with the King of Wands, okay? So I feel like this will be resolved. Like, you guys will both be okay, and you especially, but you need to realize that. Like, I feel like you guys still look at each other, like each other, but you're single. I think that's what I keep trying to get across here. It's like you gotta, you're single, and this person, I feel like there will be a truce with them. Yeah. And there's going to be new things coming in. You've got Aces and the Fool card and the Wheel of Fortune. So, and maybe the new person is the King of Wands, but I feel like the King of Wands is the person from this 10 of Swords that, this ending, okay? So if it isn't, if this is you just ending a relationship, and then the advice is, if you just ended a relationship, okay, the advice is to get single, because I feel like somebody here is, or not, because you already are single if you ended the relationship, but make it prominent, that you are single. And get the word out and feel it, and feel it in yourself. And I feel like this person will be along too. So I'm sorry, that was a very long one and really rambly. All right, just like Libra's love, I'm sure. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna keep these hands here. All right. Scorpio. Oh, yep, stuck over that 10 of Cups. Okay, all right. Four of coin. Okay, judgment. Okay. So, Scorpios, stuck. 10 of cups. All right. Well, interesting. Because it's a nice card. So the 10 of cups is about emotional fulfillment. It's about it can be about family. But not like, it's not like you're stuck because you have like crappy family. Like this is like a good family card. So that's why I'm going to give this a minute. It's kind of like the whole picture too. That could be it. It could be that you are stuck because it's like you have this like idea of like this almost grandiose idea about like this emotional fulfillment, you know, like the wife, the kid, the two kids, the, you know, little white house and, you know, that sort of thing, you know, that could be. So because right now, the advice is to hold on to what you have. And it's just not the right timing yet. That's what I feel with the Judgment card. So I don't think it's about a reconciliation. I think it's about holding, just like holding tight, just hold tight, because I feel like there is some sort of rebirth coming for you, or there's some, the timing just isn't right now. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's a little odd with the 10 of Cups, because that's like a pretty nice card. I mean, it could be that some of you are stuck because, wow, my cards are all backwards and forwards, and it's just crazy. Sorry, hold on one second. Let me get that around. It could be like a family situation where you are stuck because it's way too easy to be at home. So like maybe some of you are like, you know, overly taken care of at home, or it's like really easy because you don't have to pay rent or something like that. And, you know, it's like kind of content, you know, I don't know, maybe you play video games all day long and you don't have to go work, you know, something like that. And, you know, that could be too. But, I mean, it's a pretty positive card. I mean, not in that sense, not in what I just described, but let's see. Okay, the Star card. Okay. All right. So some of you could be stuck. Perhaps you have like emotional fulfillment with an Aquarius, that could be, and it's kind of like keeping you, you know, it's in the stuck position. You could be holding on to that. That could be the deal. Now, I will say the Star card too is about wish fulfillment. So it's a little dreamy, that sort of thing. I have a feeling this is more about like fairy tale-ish, like you just kind of feel like you want this whole like 10 of Cups, you know, the whole thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that's a bad thing. But with the Star card, it's like the Star card is hope. So it's like hoping, wishing, but not doing. Okay. So I feel like it's like this fantasy. All right. Whereas the advice here is to sort of hold on to what you do have, appreciate what you do have, because I feel like you have a little bit, like you could have a start to something here. Like you could maybe, you know, buy a home in a little while, or you could, you know, do something like invest or something like that, that it will help you work your way to get to this, but it's just in a more realistic way is what I think. Because I think the timing is it's just not right yet. Like you need to kind of get in control of your finances, your how you deal with your finances, that sort of thing. I think that's more of what it's saying. And then it's like, then that's when like the judgment call is made from like up above, you know, like, okay, maybe that person's ready now. Now they can get, you know, this 10 of cups, you know, before it's just like fantasy world and all that kind of stuff. But the advice card, I think, is to like really gain control and save, you know, and that sort of thing towards what you need. And then I believe, and this is a strong card. Okay, it's a really strong karmic card. It's also, to me, a divine timing card. So I feel like that it will happen, you know, with this advice. I mean, I'm not saying, oh my God, it will happen with my advice, you know, and not like that. I'm just saying what the cards are saying. Like, it's saying like it would happen with that advice. This will, but just dreaming about it and fantasizing it will not. Okay, and that's a fine line, because I know some people out there are probably manifestors, you know, and I am a strong believer in manifesting. I've proven it to myself several times. Why I don't do it, I don't know, because I actually conjured up almost $100,000 once, but you know, whatever. And then, you know, blew it on my store. Okay, so let's see. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Sagittarius has got bonus reading today. I'm just all about it today. All right, Sagittarius. Oh man, yeah. All right, so Sagittarius, I think very similar to Scorpios, actually. But just a little bit different tone. Okay, because you have the 10 of coin. So I feel like with this, it's like to me, this is a facade. Normally, this is a good card, but I think the reason why you are stuck is because it's similar to the Scorpio card had like a similar card, and it was fantasy. But for you guys, I believe this is a reality. This 10 of coin, which is like large stability, good money, you know, things like that. But to me, it's a facade. It's not. It's fake. It's not really like what you are about, and you know, in a sense, for some of you, it could be fantasy too. Like you just keep working and working and working, trying to get this like, you know, incredible stability. But it's a little fantasy-ish because you have way too many passions. Okay, you need to simplify. So let me put it this way: if this is what you want, so like if you don't have this, if you do not have this 10 of coins stability, which is like pretty damn good stability, all right, it's like having the home, some money in the bank, you know, that sort of thing. If you do not have that, then I feel like you have anger, like not mean anger, but like there might be something like that you have never noticed before, but there might be like some deep-seated anger towards that type of life or lifestyle, okay? Like resentment. There could be some. So like look into that and see and check yourself, see if there's any like resentments that you may hold about that, and that could be stopping you from getting it. The other thing too is I feel like if that's really what you want, it's like I feel like you've worked and worked and worked and worked, and you're like, why the F don't I get that? And the reason why the F you don't get that is what I'm seeing is because you've spread yourself so thin. Like you have so many passions. It's like almost like a jack of all trades kind of thing. It's like you tried this, you tried that. Okay, then you tried this again, then you tried that, and then this came up, and then oh wow, now I got to go over here and do this, and oh, but I got to pay bills, so I better go work over here, and then I'm gonna, you know, it's like oh my God, it's just like a whole lot. And this guy simplifies, all right, because he's smart. He finally, like he's been through the freaking ringer, and he's lived this life of like running around from here to there, here to there, here to there, you know, with all these different passions or duties or, you know, just things that now like it's taken a toll, so much so that they've looked at it and they realize, wow, I need to simplify and I need to just do one thing and do it well. So I feel like that is it. And I think also mixed in with a little bit of, there's a little bit of resentment there for some reason. Almost like on the jealousy kind of fringe, you know, and I'm not saying that you are that way, you know, I'm just saying there might be like a little element, because like sometimes that stuff can be there and we don't even notice it, we don't recognize it, and then it's like if we really do look at it, we're like, oh yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, I don't know, because the other thing is too, this could be family. because I think if you've been hurt by family, you know, that is stable, that could cause some resentment. All right, definitely. And the advice here is to, like I said, maybe look into that, see if there are any resentments. Like perhaps your family, maybe part of your family is like really well off, okay, and they do like really well. Well, that's what's keeping you stuck, is constantly thinking about, why don't they share? Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that for me? Or, you know, that kind of thing. And it, I'm not saying they shouldn't, I mean, family's family, they should help, but, but the thing is, if they're not, they're not. So it's like, don't let them keep you stuck. Because I feel like then you're running around doing all this stuff, and you really just need to start simplifying and find one thing. And you need to find the peace with the situation, and get like, you need to have like a truce with this situation. All right. Whether that is like legitimately like an actual all in all out truce, where you go to them and say, look, if you've been arguing or something, we need to, have peace in this situation. Or if it's just within yourself, having that within yourself. Okay. So that's what I feel is going on with that. All right. Sagittarius. Capricorn. Knight of Pentacles. I'm not giving any jokes today. I am going to give you guys a serious reading. Okay. All right. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So Knight of Pentacles is slow, and this makes sense because, most of the Capricorns, that I do know, it's a good thing. It's not necessarily like a bad quality, but there's a certain point where you got to recognize when to move to. So why you are stuck, the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles sort of have some fantastic wisdom, have some really great ideas. He pulls up his horse and he surveys the land in front of him and thinks, what can I do with this? And has some really great ideas and knowledge about how to, like they can see the whole picture. They might be looking at barren land in front of them, but it's a lot of it. And then they see this like, magical, city that they could build or something, so they have big ideas and big plans, and valid, they're valid. They're not like dreamers, so, but the Knight of Pentacles is also very slow, and you can get caught in survey land, okay, where you're just surveying it constantly, and you're not drawing up the plans and hiring the workers, to build the magic city, so it's probably stuck because of just a little bit too slow movement. Okay. There's another element of this too, if this is love, that, you could be stuck because, you might be in a relationship that's like either not offering you commitment at the pace that it should, that is rightly kind of the way it should be, or you are not doing that to them. You are not offering it. So, it could go either way. So whatever your situation is, but the advice here is to get unstuck. All right. You need to face the situation for what it is. All right. And move forward. All right. The biggest message here, I feel, is move forward. Stop contemplating, stop surveying, like in my example, and, need to like cut these issues free. Let a lot of things go, and it's time to move forward. That is definitely the advice. So, all right, that's for Capricorn. Aquarius. Okay, nice. Oh, or not. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, 2 of coin. All right. All right, so for Aquariuses, empowerment. Man, this card comes up a lot for Aquariuses. So why you are stuck. You need a victory, Aquarius, all right? But you need to get this victory. This is like the ultimate sword of truth, okay? So it's like the crowning truth that gives you your victory. So to me, what crowning truth does is give someone amazing confidence, okay? When you really realize like a lot of truths about yourself and you face those truths about yourself, it will give you amazing confidence, all right? So I think that is what's keeping you stuck is, yes, you need a win, but that win comes from empowering yourself with truth and honesty. Like, you know, definitely honesty. Okay. Advice. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. You need to turn, there's a couple messages here. You need to invest your pentacle in order to make it two pentacles. Okay. So there's a couple ways. This could be accepting a gift. This could be accepting money. All right. In order to believe in yourself to turn that money into more money. Okay. So for some of you, you may need, your challenge may need to be just to believe in yourself. That could be too. That could be why you're stuck. For others of you, if it's not like a loan or a gift, then it could be you. You need to start the stages of stability now. Yeah, because they will carry you. They will carry you for a while, is what I feel. I feel like if you invest, just like, not, you know, I'm not saying like throw your life savings into something or anything like that. Okay. But even if, you know, even if it's like $100 or something in some, like, you know, I don't know what stock you can buy for $100 that, you know, but it doesn't have to be a major thing, you know, because it just needs to turn in, you just need to take this one coin and turn it into two, and then you're going to get the balancing act. You're going to figure it out. And this could last like a really long time for you. This is this kind of stability that you need to do, that you are stuck. You need to believe in yourself. Okay. And to believe in yourself is, like I said, you have to like face a lot of truths about things, about all kinds of things. And then that is what will empower you in confidence. And then you will be able to believe in yourself. So, you know, you may need to go get a loan, a small loan, to turn that into more, you know, because you believe in yourself. All right. Or you may need to, you know, if you have, you don't need to get a loan, you know, or ask like a relative for, you know, help or something like that to do this venture. Then take your own, you know, but not, you know, this isn't bold. This is small, starting small and growing, because it's going to pay off for a long time, is what I see. So, let's see, Pisces. The Emperor. Oh, a little controlling Emperor, Pisces. Okay, all right. Ooh, okay. All right, so definitely could be a Scorpio that is keeping you kind of stuck. I mean, this might be you. I have not known that many Pisces that have been controlling, so I don't think that's you. But I have the Death card here and the Emperor that like has Scorpio all over it to me. So, you know. But here's the thing. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I don't think that's it. I don't think it's a Scorpio keeping you stuck. I think what's keeping you stuck is you not taking control. All right. So I think this is like you need to kind of step into a commanding position, Pisces. I feel like you need to really assert yourself. All right. And that's probably difficult. That's probably why it's in your, you know, your stuck place. I feel like you need to really assert yourself. In this situation, even if you don't believe it or you don't have the confidence, I still think you can pull it off, because to me, the phrase "fake it till you make it" came out when I looked at the Emperor. So, you know, you know, I think that would be okay. Like, you can fake it till you make it, till it becomes real, kind of deal. Just be careful. The Emperor is a little like overbearing, overzealous, whatever. But the thing is, you have some sort of relationship here that needs to transform and go to another level. All right. So it's a deep connection. It could be with a Scorpio, you know, and I mean, it could be that a Scorpio is interfering with your connection. That could be too. But I feel like it's more about you need to take control of a situation, and that is what is going to bring this relationship into fruition, okay? Or if it's not into fruition, like if it's an existing relationship, it's what's going to bring it to the next level, all right? But you have to kind of step up. You have to take control and make some changes in that sense. Okay. Ooh, interesting. I like that. Yeah, the Scorpio, if there is a Scorpio, they might be like a little bit of an issue. Like you really need to think about them. And you really need to think about something and make some changes here. So let's see. Who's the Emperor? Pisces. Seven of Coin. Yeah, you got to put some effort in. Definitely. You need to communicate. Okay, you need to communicate. You need to put some effort into something. And not because, I don't think it's not because, I think you have. I don't think it's that. I think you put a lot of effort into something. But I think it was the wrong type of communication. I think you need to be blunt. You need to be very blunt, all right? And you need to be hard-hitting with it if need be, okay? So I think that is why you're stuck, because you are not getting your message across clearly enough to this person, okay? So, you know, and it could be in a love situation. So in other words, it could be like if there's like this unrequited love kind of deal going on, it could be because you really need to make it very, very clear that you are interested, okay? So that could be for some of you. For others of you, there may be some interference with your relationship, okay? It could be a third-party situation, something like that. If so, most likely you need to really go inside and transform that in some way, either by letting it go and just concentrating on, you know, whoever it is that you truly have the soul connection with. That there needs to be a change here, but the change is only going to come from being not ruthless, but like being very in command of a situation, because somebody's not understanding your communication. And so it's like you gotta just like really, really kind of let it out kind of thing. Yeah, because this Two of Cups is strong. This Two of Cups is what you want, all right? Because it has the 10 of Coin over it. So this is like, it's a strong, long-standing relationship, okay? And the Ace of Cups is underneath, and so is the Seven of Swords. So there's definitely a third party here. So one of these, okay, I don't know who, you know, if it seems like it has a little bit of a third party vibe. And I don't know which one is your true connection here. That's kind of for you to decide, you know, it's a general reading, so I'm not going to like claim which one it is. But I do feel like you've put a lot of work into trying to keep this relationship going, all right? But there needs to be a transformation. There absolutely needs to be. And the only way to figure out what that will be is to go inside and like meditate, or like just sort of let yourself go, you know, like expect the answer, but don't force the answer. So in other words, just take a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes or something, and sit quietly, just kind of close your eyes and don't try not to keep talking to yourself relentlessly in your head, like, oh, I hope I get an answer. I hope, you know, try to, like, every time you do that, just try to think calm, like think of the beach or waves or something like that. And then, you know, once you come out of that, maybe like a half an hour later or so, you might have like a revelation and go, oh, this is what I need to do, you know, or I feel so motivated now. This is what I need to choose. This is what needs to change in this damn relationship, or this is who needs to be let go of, or whatever. But there definitely needs to be transformation here. And it's like the only way it's going to happen is blunt communication and going within and deciding really what you want to do here. So it's a little complicated because there's a lot of different scenarios here. You know, I mean, this could be, you know, that stuff I said earlier about you needing to step up and take more control and be more aggressive, you know, if it's unrequited love. If it's not unrequited love and you are in a third party situation, I feel like you have put way too much effort into this and you just keep trying to hold on to the control. And it's like the control isn't there anymore. You know, it's like it's needs to change. Like the dynamic needs to change. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so I am going to redo Cancer's real quick because theirs was so whack. And then we will wrap this up. All right. If anybody could please timestamp and all those fun things, please, because I know this is going to be a long video. Man, this is like, I don't know, been most of my day now. And I still have like personal video reads to do. All right, let me get my cards situated here. I don't like reversals, but you know, if they show up, they show up. Okay, all right, Cancer, I am going to redo yours real quick and see if we get any different messages, or maybe it'll be the same message, but just clearer for me, because I feel like that was a little all over the place. So, Cancers, please. Why are Cancers watching this video? Give us good, clear information about why Cancers watching this video about others. Strength. Clear message for Cancers. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, wow. Relationship, definitely. I know we were, yeah, and the King of Wands is in reverse. And I just went through and made sure I didn't have reversals, and there you go. Okay, so because I remember I was sort of in between if it was probably because I was hoping it would be like more career minded, because I know usually you guys like that better. But you know what, this message is not. It is very clear. So all right, so the Seven of Swords. This is why you are stuck. Now there is some career stuff in this too, but I'll get to that in a second. But for love, all right, Seven of Swords is a lot of times like kind of sneaking around with somebody. And I've got two kings here. I've got a King of Swords. I got a King of Wands in reverse. So, you know, and the marriage card right in front here. So this is somebody, you know, why you are stuck is probably because of this energy. So it could be, you know, and this is only going to resonate with a few of you guys. You know, not every Cancer is going to resonate with this, obviously, but this is a relationship that is kind of on the sly. And it might be more of an energy drainer than you suspect. Okay, it feels like it's I mean, it takes a lot to get away with that kind of, you know, thing, and sometimes I don't think people understand the toll that it does take. You know, it takes a lot. It's a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy from you, because you've got to like balance all these things and maintain all these you know, all this kind of stuff, right? And then there's always a part of us inside, you know, honestly, I don't know why, for some reason in my life, I'm like, I think I'm the only person in the world that's never actually cheated on someone, but, but I get it. I get why people do. And it's not because I'm so high and mighty. I didn't mean it like that at all. It's because I'm a freaking Scorpio and we're like loyal to the freaking bone. Most of us, not all of us, but, you know, I can imagine like the toll that it takes, because, you know, it's like, you know, you got to keep all these stories straight, and you got to do this. And it's like, it's just a lot, you know, it's a lot of effort. And then on the other person too, you know, because, you know, the third person, because, you know, it's a lot of effort for them because they are going through the same thing, because they know they have to keep things a secret, you know. And then we have this other innocent party, or whatever, not innocent, but you know what I mean. It's like the other person that, it's a lot is what I'm getting to. Okay, so that's what's keeping you stuck. So, and the thing is, I want to say too, it's like, I don't think, honestly, what sucks about this is I don't think like cheating is bad. It's like that word is bad. Okay. In other words, what I'm saying is like, I mean, I think it's silly for us to expect like one person to fulfill all our needs, right? You know, and somehow in our society, we think marriage is supposed to magically do that. So, well, it doesn't. So I don't think it's wrong to have, you know, another, you know, if there's love there and it's not just like, you know, some weirdness or whatever, you know, I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think we get different things from different people and stuff like that. But the problem is that our society isn't like that. It's not open-minded like that. So it's considered cheating, right? So it's like, so that stigma is with us, and, you know, that energy that it takes, and it's a lot. And that's, you know, kind of what's keeping somebody stuck here. Some cancers, I don't know. If you are with an air sign male, okay, if you are married to or highly committed to an air sign male, not like a third party, like committed to an air sign male, then the advice is probably to stick that out, because that is probably a good thing, okay? If not, if you are not married to an air sign male, then I feel like it might be time to get legal counsel, you know, and kind of look at this and see if you know, somebody's distant here, somebody's possibly, you know, thinking of divorce anyway. You know, it might be time to start thinking about if you want to kind of get rid of this, you know, get rid of this marriage, this commitment, and maybe there's somebody else that you're more interested in. You know, and maybe that's why, you know, you feel, unfortunately, that you have to sneak around. I have the King of Wands in reverse. So there's a fire sign male that is in reverse. So that means, you know, probably they're not too happy about the communication, because there's 8 of Wands there. They could be a little bit of a distance from you. That could be too. But the whole thing, this is why you're stuck. So, I mean, something needs to be done. So something needs to be cut out. So it's either the marriage or it is the other party. You know, maybe the other party needs to be cut out and the marriage needs to be held on to. You know, only you can tell that. You know, the tarot cards, I mean, in a general reading are not going to, you know, tell me that. And a personal reading kind of will, but not really, because honestly, it's up to you, you know, personally. I mean, it can kind of guide you and give you like probably the best choices, but ultimately this is up to you. So I can't really tell you, but all I can do, this reading is about why you're stuck. And yeah, Ace of Cups is coming up with the King of Swords. So I feel like for some of you, you need to hold on to the marriage, you know, with the Ace of Cups. I feel like that is, or the air sign male. Okay. Possibly Taurus also. But the advice here, you know, the reading is about why you are stuck. So I gave you several things. As far as who to pick, I can't tell you. I don't know who's who, you know, it's general. I don't know. So, but this is why. So that part I can. Okay. Now, I was going to say too, there is a little bit of this for career. And that would be kind of why you're stuck is because possibly just scoping out, like constantly, you know, just scoping out things, but not really, you know, because a Hierophant is about committing. So, and the King of Swords is about cutting things out. So it could be that you know, you're stuck because you keep, kind of like a grass is greener on the other side kind of deal. You keep scoping out other possibilities, scoping out other possibilities, scoping out other possibilities. Whereas the Hierophant is about commitment. It's about sticking power, staying with something. Strengthened with the King of Swords, which is extremely strategic. Boy, that's kind of a mixed mess. Man, the Cancer messages they're just mixed. I'm got to be honest with you. I'm getting mixed messages here, because now that I see it too, it could be you're stuck because you're not doing this. You're not scoping out other alternatives, and you know, you need to be strategic and cut out what doesn't serve you and commit to what does. So damn, I'm sorry, Cancer. It's just for some reason I'm not feeling you guys today. All right, I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, I can say the stuck thing. That is it. The Seven of Swords. It's like, you know, what it means is tiptoeing around something, scoping something out, spying or deception. Okay, and that is why you're stuck. So I'm gonna leave it there, and the details. I think there's just too many. I think that's why for this general reading, too many details coming out at once. Because I know I got a lot of Cancer viewers, so it's just I'm not picking up on individual vibes with that. But this I feel strong about. So that. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. And timestamps would be helpful. All right. Thanks, and we'll see you soon. Bye.